Hi, and welcome to our first podcast, our first episode. I'm Ross Litz. This is Kip Brown.
Hey guys.
We are with Morristown Iron and Metal in Morristown, Tennessee, and we thank you for joining us today on our very first podcast. So we've been talking about doing this for
Our journey into the realm of media.
2 or 3 months, and here we are, right? I own the company, Morristown Iron and Metal. Kip is a scale master here, and he's worked here for umpteen years. He's very acute and knowledgeable about scrap metal recycling and what we do and why we do it. The first episode today, we're going to talk about simple intro to scrap metal recycling. The basics.
101.
What is it all about? We are going to explore that a little bit. We're going to dive into that. We're going to ask you to do your part, because recycling, for many people, they understand the term but don't know what to do their part. So we're going to do that as well, and hopefully you'll leave this episode more knowledgeable than what you were when you started.
Knowing just a little bit more than you did when you...
That's right. Why are we doing a podcast?
It's the media now. It's how we reach people. It's how things get out there.
Who would have thought a scrap metal yard would be doing a podcast, right? We said that years ago when we started our website. We thought, our customers won't look at our website. Guess what? They follow us all the time on our website. And now we have an app also. So we don't want to sell our customers short, and we also want to gain new customers. Part of the podcast evolution of why we're doing this is education for people that have never been on a scrapyard before. What is it all about? What can we recycle? What can't we recycle? And we're going to dive into that in probably later episodes. But for today, we're going to keep the introduction format alive. And so, education. Why are people in today's world so hung up on recycling and sustainability? It's a very important...
It's a must.
It's a must in today's world. The landfills are filling up at dramatic rates. We have a population that continues to bust at the seams. We have, and you all know this, all across the country. We don't have enough roads. We don't have enough schools. It seems like we can't put the infrastructure in fast enough because we're growing as a population.
We, the human race, create a lot of waste.
A ton of waste. So think about the paper you get in the mail every day. Just think about the hundreds of millions of tons of paper generated. Yes. We keep throwing all this stuff in our landfills. They're filling up at a dramatic pace. We in Tennessee, I know that Middle Tennessee and Western Tennessee, they're shipping their waste down to Mississippi because their landfills are full. We need to do our part. And that means if it can be recycled, we need to figure out a way to recycle it and
put a little money in your pocket.
Put a little money in your pocket. In the meantime, the most important thing is to not throw something in the trash that can be recycled, right? And obviously we're going to focus on scrap metal because that's really what we do. We don't do paper recycling or rubber tire recycling, but we can talk specifically about scrap metal recycling and what that's all about. And it's the same principle for everything. And then we'll talk about call to action.
Yeah.
How do you do that, really? One of the other things we did this podcast for is to reach people that really, Kip, have never done this before.
No, have no idea.
We have a younger generation that probably has never been to a scrapyard before. They don't know about recycling cans. They don't know about recycling anything, for that matter. We have this huge generation gap that I would say our average customer currently that brings scrap in here, and we probably do, 200 and some customers a day?
Absolutely.
Over 200 customers a day we do, but most of them are, 55 to 75 years old?
Yes.
Somewhere in that range.
Yes.
Those people grew up knowing the value of scrap metal. They come here all the time.
They do. And we're glad to have them.
Absolutely. We love them because we'd die without them. But
this is the medium where we reach the younger generation, though.
It is. So we want to go after that 20 to 40-year-old person that is growing their family, teaching their kids how to be environmentally responsible. How do we get them to come to our yard? This is what we're doing. We're putting this podcast together, trying to reach people that have never been here before.
When you first come here, you already know what's going on. We're
Yeah.
going to try to walk you through the door here and just show you that it's not hard. It's
Right.
very easy.
It is. It is very easy. And one of the things that I think people need to understand just in this introductory episode is we are not a new company. We've been here since 1974. We have grown and evolved through the years. I'm a second generation owner, and we're going to get into kind of the deeper company history in a later episode. We handle every metal here. If it's a metal, we buy it and we process it and we sell it to mills to be melted and recycled. Okay, that's what we do here in Morristown, Tennessee.
A lot of people don't understand that there's more to metal than a dryer. There's brass, there's copper, there's aluminum, and all these metals are worth different values. You might throw something at the road that you could possibly get $15 for.
Yeah,
Easy.
absolutely. Absolutely. And people don't have a clue of the value
No,
of that.
not at all.
They don't understand that when they're going through their household trash and throwing the aluminum cans away, that's the easiest thing that people should be recycling every day. If you can buy a can of water versus a plastic bottle of water, you need to buy the can because the can's worth more in recycled.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. And it doesn't take much to fill up a garbage bag full of cans.
No.
I mean, especially if you have a family and you buy Cokes and canned waters and different things, have one bag of trash bag for your beverage cans, another one for your canned vegetables. Those are steel. Those are made out of steel.
Yes.
You can put those in a trash can specific to that. Instead of just throw it in the trash to go to the landfill.
Like you said, the landfills it's a known thing that they are filling up. And we are the alternative to that as far as to take that burden away from Mother Earth. And the recycling is the circle of life.
Right.
These old products, they go to make new products, and it's a necessity in life.
People don't realize that every car that you drive, if it's a fairly new car, it was built out of recycled metal. Any washing machine that you buy that was made in the U.S., it was made out of recycled metal. The bridges that we see on the roads, those are recycled metal. In steel mills in the U.S., 80% of them rely on scrap metal to make their raw materials, to make their new steel with. Need to be aware of that as consumers, as people, and we're trying to do the right thing and do our part. Everybody does their own part. Next thing you know, we change the way things work. What else, Kip?
It's a very easy process. People come here, I speak with people all the time, they're intimidated. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And it doesn't have to be that at all. We will do our very best to make it a seamless experience and get on with a little money in your pocket. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, we want to see you guys. We want you to listen to this every week. Through this process of doing our podcast, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to bring in some guests. We're going to bring in some customers. We're going to show you some processes about how we do things and the different metals and understanding the metals and the kind of the value of those metals. So we're going to have fun with it. It's not going to be a dry, boring podcast every week. How can it be dry with Kip Brown, right? He knows so many people around town.
And we're rookies to this whole podcast.
We're going to learn.
Yes.
We're going to learn, but hey, please give us some weeks and listen to us, follow us, check us out. We hope you've enjoyed today's podcast and this episode. So we want you to click subscribe, follow. We're going to be on all the platforms, X, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram.
There's too many to count now.
But the main episode will be on Apple.
Hit the subscribe.
Follow us
each week.
Follow
We
us.
appreciate it.
We hope you've enjoyed today's episode and come back and see us next week.
And hope to see you here personally as well.